Okay, so for today's deep dive, we're starting with a plant that has, honestly, some of the most dramatic names I've ever heard, like stonebreaker.
Yeah, and shatterstone. He sounds incredibly powerful, doesn't it? Like something out of mythology.
Totally conjures up these images of, immense strength. But the twist is, this plant,
Hmm.
it's probably something you stepped over, maybe even cursed this morning.
That's exactly the paradox we're digging into. We've been looking at notes specifically on Phyllanthus niruri.
Phyllanthus niruri.
Right. And like you said, its big reputation is hidden in plain sight. It's not just those two names either. It also gets called Gale of the Wind.
Gale of the wind. Okay, that's more poetic, I guess. Less aggressive.
A bit mysterious.
So our mission today is basically to give you the lowdown, to take this thing that, let's be honest, most people call a weed,
Right, just an unwanted plant.
and show you why it's actually fascinating. We want you to finish this knowing the hidden details and strategies behind this really common but overlooked species.
It's time to figure out how this pavement dweller earned those powerful names.
Yeah, because that identity crisis is right there in the names, isn't it? Stonebreaker, Shatterstone, that's brute force.
Mechanical,
But
yeah.
then Gale of the Wind sounds light, airy, maybe about how it spreads.
Exactly. And yet, despite these three really descriptive names, we mostly know it as, well, a nuisance, a weed.
Okay, but I gotta push back a bit. Stonebreaker. Isn't that a bit much? I mean, the sources say it grows near housing. Everywhere, basically.
Very common.
That sounds more opportunistic than like a botanical warrior breaking rocks.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit flimsy, even.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That assumption is what Phyllanthus niruri kind of uses to its advantage. It's not about brute force, it's strategy. And the names, they're actually pretty accurate descriptions.
How's it?
If you look at where it loves to grow, the notes are really clear. It's the ultimate pavement plant.
Pavement dweller, you called it.
Yeah. It thrives in pavement cracks, sidewalks, disturbed ground near buildings, prime real estate for this species. Ah. Okay, so the location links straight back to stonebreaker, or shatterstone.
Precisely.
It's literal, but maybe not on a grand scale. It's not tackling mountains, it's working on the cracks in the sidewalk.
Exactly right. It's exploiting the weaknesses we build into the environment.
How does it actually do that? In the cracks?
Well, its root system is key. It's not like a giant taproot, hammering down.
Right.
It's more fibrous, but really, really good at getting into those tiny little micro fissures in asphalt or concrete.
Sneaky.
It's a game of persistence, constant slow pressure, not about sheer size. By getting into those little fault lines, it just slowly, bit by bit, forces them wider.
So it is breaking stone, just very slowly. On a micro level.
In a very real sort of microgeological way, yeah. It earns the name.
That tenacity, though, it brings up the size question, because when I see a weed in a crack, I picture something tiny, struggling, like a couple inches tall, max.
Yeah, that's the common image. But the sources
Yeah.
would blow that away.
How big does it actually get? This weed, Phyllanthus niruri, typically grows 50 to 70 centimeters tall.
Wait, centimeters. So that's like 20 to 28 inches,
Almost 2 feet tall.
2 feet. Growing out of a pavement crack. How does nobody notice that?
Well, maybe we're just not looking down enough. But seriously, I think it's about how it grows, its structure.
Okay.
The notes classify it as having ascending herbaceous branches. That's important.
Ascending, so growing upwards. And herbaceous means not woody, right?
Exactly. Flexible. And growing sharply up means it catches sunlight efficiently, and it lifts the main part of the plant off the super hot pavement below.
Ah, smart. So it doesn't just sprawl out on the burning concrete, it goes up.
Right. It sends up this central efficient structure. It's not about covering ground low down. It's about reaching up from that crack.
Okay, so the roots handle the stonebreaker part. And the height is surprisingly significant. But what about that other name? Gale of the Wind, where does that fit?
Gale of the Wind. That's all about its evolutionary finesse. It's linked directly to how it spreads. Colonization strategy.
Makes sense. If you live in pavement cracks, those aren't exactly permanent homes. You need to move fast.
Precisely. You need a way to scatter quickly and widely. And that comes down to seed dispersal. The name implies this rapid, wide scattering, sometimes even mechanically triggered. The gale.
Okay, I see. So the stonebreaker makes the space, and the gale of the wind makes sure the next generation finds the next crack down the block or wherever.
You got it. It's a whole life cycle built for speed and taking advantage of temporary spots.
Volatility, yeah. Fast living.
Exactly. And this need for speed and toughness,
Hmm.
It leads us to the really cool hidden details, the microscopic stuff. You mentioned flowers and fruits earlier.
Right. What do the notes say about those?
Yeah.
Because if the structure is that tough, the reproductive bits must be pretty optimized too.
Oh, they absolutely are. Optimized and actually quite beautiful, but you'd easily miss them.
How so?
It has lots of these pale green flowers. Tiny. But they're often flushed with red.
Flushed with red. Why red? Seems like that would stand out.
Well, maybe not to us from a distance. But think about where it's growing low down, maybe shaded by its own branches. The red might be a specific signal.
For what?
Tiny insects, probably. Pollinators operating right down there near the ground. The green is camouflage, but that little bit of red, it could be like a tiny target, a landing light for the right kind of pollinator in that microenvironment.
Wow. Okay. So the color isn't for us admiring it from 6 feet up. It's a super specific signal for a tiny bug in a pavement crack.
That's the level of detail we're talking about for a plant we just call a weed.
Incredible. What about the fruits? You mentioned dispersal.
Right. After the flowers, it makes these tiny, smooth capsules. They hold the seeds.
Capsules. Okay.
Very neat, compact,
Mhm.
not flashy, built for business, basically, the business of spreading seeds. And this is where shatterstone comes back, but in a different way.
Oh, do the capsules break stones?
No, they shatter themselves. The sources say they often mature really fast and then dehisce.
Dehisce.
Yeah, it means they split open, sometimes quite violently, explosively even. Yep. They burst open and literally launch the seeds outwards. That's the shattering.
Yeah.
And the force of that ejection. That contributes to the gale of the wind idea, too. It helps scatter them.
Whoa. Okay. So it's got roots that subtly break stone, branches reaching for the sky, tiny targeted flowers, and then exploding seed pods.
That pretty much sums up the system. Fibrous roots, ascending branches, tiny red flushed flowers, explosive seed capsules.
And yet, we just walk past it. All that complexity, basically invisible.
That invisibility is the real kicker, the aha moment the source notes really hit on.
What do they say?
They make it explicit. These cool features, the flower details, the color, the capsule structure, they're barely visible to the naked eye.
Barely visible.
You need magnification, like macrophotography. That's how you truly see the intricate design of Phyllanthus niruri.
Macrophotography for a weed growing in a crack. That just changes how you think about it entirely.
Doesn't it?
We're talking about a common plant, potentially 2 feet tall, fighting the urban environment. And it's like hidden genius requires a close-up lens to even appreciate. We miss it because we don't zoom in.
And that really shifts the perspective, right? It's not just surviving despite the cracks. It's evolved this whole incredibly detailed strategy for those hostile temporary spots.
It's tailored for the job.
It's like a little engineering marvel. A hidden botanical system that needs magnification to reveal its sophistication.
Okay, let's try and pull this all together. We started with these epic names: Stonebreaker, Shatterstone. And the reality is Phyllanthus niruri, this pavement powerhouse, uses roots to challenge concrete, grows surprisingly tall, up to 70 centimeters on these upward branches, to beat the heat.
And then uses those explosive capsules, the gale of the wind, to spread everywhere.
Right. And the most intricate parts, the flowers, the capsules,
Yeah.
they're so small you need a macro lens. They're hitting beauty.
It really argues against just dismissing things, doesn't it? It's this amazing example of resilience where you have both surprising scale and hidden detail.
Yeah. It tells us that something we just see as an annoyance is actually this high-performance machine, subtly challenging our concrete world.
With precision, yeah.
Yeah.
And finesse.
So here's something to think about, a final thought for you after this deep dive. If all that complexity, that sophisticated reproduction, those powerful names, if all that is packed into a common plant growing in a pavement crack right under your feet, what other amazing details, what other powerful secrets are hidden in the everyday places you walk through without really looking?
Yeah, maybe the things we see most often but don't really see, maybe they hold the most incredible stories.